If you're feeling tired, sluggish, your skin kind of taking on a bit of a tone, your pH balance might be to blame. Lisa Kilgour is here this morning to chat about why your pH balance is so important. Lisa, by the way, a registered holistic nutritionist. Thanks for coming in, Lisa. And right off the get-go, we have to let everyone know that we tested my pH and yours and Andy's and floor director Glenn. And let's show these now. So the first one, this one's closest to the camera. This one is Andrew's. Right there, the one closest to the camera. And what do you think about that color?
It's not bad. What we want is a pH between 6.2 and 7.4, and everybody's within that range. It's all still a little green. His is the lightest, so he would be the most acidic.
It goes Andy, and then floor director Glenn, right? And then you.
Yep.
And then I'm furthest away from the camera here. And you're saying that we're all doing pretty well.
Everybody's doing fairly well today.
Okay. Normally, I mean, if somebody's a bit out of whack, what colors will you see on the strips?
Much more yellow.
Yellow. Okay, and what does that mean?
It means that you're putting into your body more acidic inputs, more acid-forming foods or thoughts. Stress is very acid-forming versus alkalizing.
Okay. So stress causes. Oh, okay, very cool. Okay, so I see the greens that you're talking about now, kind of in the middle. And I have how do foods play a role? Like if I was to eat something that's say considered really acidic, how quickly does it kind of kick in? You know?
Well, it'll show up in your urine or your saliva within about 12 hours. So your urine changes first, and so your urine pH will change in about 12 hours. Your saliva can take about up to 3 days. So this is an average over the last 3 days.
Oh, okay. So that's why saliva is a good gauge.
It can be a good gauge, but it can also be skewed by what you eat. So urine is actually the best gauge. It's just not easy for us to do that here.
To do a test on TV, getting a urine sample. I understand. I understand. Okay, and why does it really matter? Like, what if I'm really, if I'm skewing either way? Like, why does that matter?
Well, our body has to deal with it. It's as simple as that. And in the past, our diet was much more alkaline than it is today.
Oh, really?
And it had a lot more minerals. And what we're seeing is a lot of degenerative diseases that are based in a highly acidic diet. The most obvious is osteoporosis.
Okay.
Our body uses the minerals stored in our bones to alkalize the acidic inputs.
Instead of getting it from food.
Instead of getting it from food. So our bones are becoming weaker and weaker. And so this type of diet is fantastic for osteoporosis, but also all chronic illnesses, because it just takes one pressure off the body if your diet is balanced.
Okay, now let's go. You've set out an array of examples here. So we have orange juice and lemon water. Which is which here when it comes to acidic and alkaline?
Well, this is the interesting thing. So it's the pH is really what happens after the body uses it. So what most of us do is we start the morning with orange juice.
Glass of OJ, sure.
Freshly pressed orange juice, but orange juice from a carton. And this is actually very acid forming because the processing of that orange juice removes a lot of the minerals.
Okay.
Ironically, one of the most alkalizing things you can do in the morning is lemon and water. Okay. Because after that lemon is used, it's really alkalizing, but when you're drinking it, it's quite acidic. So you can't go by the pH of it in its food form. It has to be what happens afterwards.
Okay, a lot of people with a cup of coffee in the morning. So this is, what types of coffee do you have here?
This is simply black coffee versus coffee with cream and sugar.
Cream and sugar,
That's it. And so cream and sugar makes that coffee now turn into more of a dessert and very acid forming, whereas black coffee is actually quite alkalizing.
There you go. And what do we have here? We have almonds, and is that cashews?
Cashews, exactly. So acid forming foods aren't always unhealthy. It's all about balance, but many of us need to increase the alkalizing foods. So cashews are acid forming, but almonds are alkalizing.
Ah, very cool.
So if you're looking to change your pH and want to snack on a snack, go with the almonds.
Go for almonds. And how about here? We have raspberries and cranberries.
Yes.
I'm just going to hold these up
so cranberries are the only fruit that's acid forming.
Real? Only fruit?
Only fruit that's acid forming, but it's actually for a beneficial reason. It helps acidify your urine if you have a bladder infection. So this can be quite helpful.
Cool.
But in general can skew you to the acid side, whereas raspberries, which are just as tart, are actually alkalizing.
Did not know that. There you go. You're going to be informing everyone about this. It's a free lecture, right? Happening where?
Tonight at Community Natural Foods.
Tonight at 7 o'clock at Community Natural Foods. And are you going to bring your strips?
We'll have strips available. We'll have little testers for everybody, and we'll be talking about this even further.
Very cool. Nice to meet you, Lisa. Very informative.
Great to meet you.
Who knew? Who knew? There you go. At least I know I'm balanced.
Exactly. Today you're balanced.
We're looking for the best steak right now in the city of Calgary. Is that a good thing for?
Steak is acid forming, so you want to balance it with alkalizing vegetables.
There you go. Steak and veggies. Our Mike Yanni's all over that this morning.